Hi, my name is Andrew Pang. Welcome to another edition of CMS Forex News. Today is Tuesday, July 29th, 2008. Yesterday evening, Japan released several reports. Overall, household spending was down 1.8% in June compared to a year ago. It is the fourth month in a row that the figure was negative, though it did beat forecasts of a bigger decline. Incomes were down 2.1%. The unemployment rate rose to 4.1%, surprising forecasts, and reaching the highest level in 2 years. With households pressured by higher prices, more women are entering the labor force or searching for higher paying jobs, increasing the rate. Though overall household spending was down, retail sales managed to show a 0.3% increase for the June period compared to a year ago. Forecasts had the figure falling into negative territory. Sales at large retailers were down 3.9% on the year, worse than forecasts. In Australia, a measure of leading indicators fell to negative 0.1%. The economy is being choked by high interest rates, high inflation, and weakening housing and labor markets. In Switzerland, the UBS consumption index rose to 2.246. The sharp rise was due in particular to improvements in business activity in the retail sector. However, a large part of this rise can be attributed to spending during the soccer championship that was underway in June. In the U.S., housing prices in top metropolitan areas in the U.S. continued to fall in May. The S&P Case-Shiller 20-city composite is down 15.8% on the year, while the 10-city composite is now down 16.9% compared to last year. Also, the Conference Board measure of consumer confidence rose to post 51.9 for July. This surprised forecasts, which called for another drop, and reinforces the UMich data seen last week. Though consumers' attitudes seem to be stabilizing, they remain at low levels. The euro-dollar took a sharp turn in favor of the greenback this session as U.S. stocks recovered from yesterday's sell-off and oil prices continued their slide, falling close to $4 to reach $121 per barrel. The dollar managed to pare all of its losses the last two sessions and broke below last week's support at 1.5650. Around 10 a.m. Eastern, the dollar was further boosted by a better-than-expected consumer confidence report. Today's moves put the dollar at a one-month high against the euro. With stocks climbing in the U.S., the dollar-yen pair rallied about 100 pips from its overnight low, setting a high near 108.30, the highest the pair's been since June 26. The Dow Jones Index was up 160 points, and NASDAQ was about 50 points higher around noontime in New York. In the UK, mortgage approvals for June were an anemic 36,000, the lowest since records began in 1993. Mortgage lending hit an 8-year low. A second release showed that the UK retail sector went through a rough patch in July, consistent with other data seen out of the UK economy recently. 36% more respondents said sales were weaker compared to a year ago, worse than expectations of a softer decline. The pound-dollar pair saw a similar sharp move as the euro-dollar. It fell around 150 pips from its levels prior to New York Open. The pair broke below 1.9850 and found new support at the 1.98 level. Despite the weaker UK data, stocks in London fared better than those in the rest of Europe, which helped propel the pound higher versus the Swiss franc and euro. The pound-franc pair, after consolidating overnight, jumped 100 pips as investor sentiments picked up and appetite for risk increased in New York trading. Tonight, Japan releases data on industrial production, while Australia reviews the number of building approvals for June. Overnight, Germany reviews retail sales figure, and the Eurozone posts reports on economic sentiment, business climate, and consumer confidence. Tomorrow, the U.S. will release its ADP employment change, and Canada reviews producer prices. And that wraps it up for the day in Forex News. Join us again right here at cmsfx.com. Until next time, happy trading.